Hail to the primal light, hail to the true light, hail to the light throughout the ages, hail to the light without beginning nor end. Hail, 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 hail to the primal light, self-supreme, Aten Ra. Hail to the primal light, our self-supreme, self-manifest. Hail to the primal light, the unmanifest. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we are going to be on a mission today. Today we have a mission to accomplish. Yes, are you ready to accomplish your mission? Today you're going to be given a task. The self-supreme, self-manifest is giving you a mission today. The mission that you're going on today is baby self called the spirit is enslaved by its mind. The self is longing to be liberated and free. Can you rescue the baby self? The first clue is that the baby self, the spirit, is obscure, sleeping behind the ego, its mind. The second clue is that the supreme teacher is laying dormant within the self soul. So the criteria is that you must have your soul in your body. So make sure that if you have given your soul to any being, any deities, you must retrieve your soul. It must be in the body to accomplish this mission. You need your parent self in the body to accomplish this mission. The third clue is that void must be placed between the baby self and its ego mind. Alright, so now here is the scroll. You are given this scroll to go on this mission. Are you ready? You have been given the most important job of all, to liberate the baby self called the spirit from slavery, from obscurity. Its mind has imprisoned it for ages. The baby self has been sleeping and looped in the imagination of the mind. Yes, and the mind has cocooned it in its magnetic energy. The self is longing for its liberation and freedom. Do you accept this challenge to go and liberate the self? How are you going to do it? There are certain steps that you need to take. Your mission is to free the self, the spirit, from obscurity, sleeping behind its duality mind. Because guess what? The mind and the self are existing right now on one thin sheet like this. It's the duality consciousness, right? The mind, the ego, and the self is behind the mind, sleeping and in unawareness of itself. For ages it's been sleeping, and now the time has come when you have to go on the mission to go find your real self. Because guess what? You have been exploring the world in the false self, the ego, the fake self. Guess what? The mind has imprisoned the real self and created an avatar to explore the world as, because the mind is selfish and it only wants for itself to explore the world. It does not want the self to rise up to explore the world. And so it created this false self, this ego avatar. Yes, the mind is sick, and this is why the mind is doing this. So when you go and find your real self that is obscure behind the mind, and you wake up the supreme teacher within, the supreme teacher is going to put some void between the mind and the self. See the void right here? The void is going to go between them and liberate the self. It's going to pull the mind off of the self, so that the self can see itself, the self can come into wake. And guess what? The light is going to shine, because the ego, false self, is obscuring the light of the self. And this is because the ego has taken precedent over the self And the self have to rise up and take precedent back over the ego and let the ego know that it is in command. Yes, that's what has to happen. So this is the mission. This is a very important mission, Nina. Very important mission. Are you ready to accomplish this mission? Yes, this mission you have to get this, and it's very simple what to do. It's just gonna take you a lot of time and dedication and self-love. You have to sit in stillness to still the mind, because this mind is sick, and that's why you have to bring it to stillness and self-inquire so that the mind can get curious, get engaged to go and look and find its real self behind it. Have to turn its lens to look behind to find its real self. Yes, and through self-inquiry you will wake up the baby self, your real baby self to rise up, because your real self is your soul self, and the baby self have to merge back in it to be one unified self. Self-manifest is entrusting you to do this task. You're given a scroll right now that you have to take on this mission. Yes, this is the mission. You no longer want to dwell like this, exploring the world as an ego, as a mind character. You're exploring the world now as a mind character, you know? Yeah, you're in the fake false self. It's not your real self. You want to call the supreme teacher to come awake to do this job so you can explore the world as your real self, and the mind can be parallel to you with void between and not obscure you and imprison you. Yes. So here is a book that is written to help you on your mission. This book have the 5 steps in there to your liberation. So feel free to click the link to purchase this book so you can learn all the steps that you need to accomplish your mission. Alright? And know that you have a lifeline in this mission. Your lifeline is asset. So if you need any question, you need anything clarified, you know, I can assist the ones with this mission. Reach out to the Let I and I know, and I will also be posting the stillness. Alrighty, so here you go. Victory, victory, victory on your mission. Victory, 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 victory. So everyone is victorious in accomplishing their mission. Alright, I am Primal Light, prepare for the world with the identity asset. I am the daughter of the Self-Supreme, Primal Light. I'm the liberator, and I advocate for all self. Hail, hail to the Self-Supreme, Self-Aten Ra. Hail, hail to the Self-Supreme, Self-Manifest. Hail, hail to Self-Supreme, the Unmanifest. All is myself, and I alone exist. Hail, hail to the Primal Light. Thank you very much. I bow to you in love, in light, and in truth.
Time to unify the self. It's time to wake up.